Back. No, I'm not going into no Slim Shady. Year and Beer is back again for another night of streaming. It's 20 after 2, so I'm a little bit later than normal. Had an interesting day at work today. Got my adrenaline up a little bit. Got me a little bit charged. I'm way too charged up to go to sleep. So I think I'm going to use up some of my energy trying to look for a couple Mythic Pluses, at least at level 15 or higher. And that was easy for me to say as I slur after only a couple of beers. That sounds great, right? I am, after all, year in beer for a reason. Beer master of the drunken midgets, mind you. So, you know, I believe that my friend Garkovan is going to be in here in a moment, though, and I'm kind of waiting for him because he said that he was interested in running the key with me. And as anyone who's ever played an MMORPG or any other online type game would realize, it's obviously more fun with friends than it is going solo. Mind you, some solo keys are pretty fun. Y'all have seen me stream solo keys, and hell, I think the last time I did a solo key, Garkovan didn't join me, but he stayed in the chat and listened. So, but anyways, I'd like to wait for said Garkovan to come back. He said he was going to be back in a moment. That was a few moments ago, though. Obviously, I've walked away to get a beer. I'm having a couple of those just to chill the fuck back down after my interesting day. I don't really want to necessarily tell the whole story, do I? Do I want to tell the whole story on the stream? I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. Maybe it's a bad idea. I gotta think about that for a few minutes. I guess I could tell it and be a little bit more vague. Leave out the names to protect the innocent. Where's Procon? This is about the time Procon will jump in and be like, hey, what's up? It's a perfect time, actually. Hopefully he jumps in tonight. That'd be great. Change this into instead of all keys, do a key or two with Gark, and then do some arena with Procon in the morning. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm itching to do some arena again. Although I've got to look at my arena gear because now I've switched up so much stupid stuff here recently. I got to look at whether or not I want to switch talents for arena and or how I've got to use it in arena. Of course, that depends. If I go heals in arena, then really nothing has changed since the last time I went heals in arena. I'm all solid. But right now, while I'm waiting for Gark, I kind of want to do something, right? Don't want to sit here with my thumb in my butt. I don't think that's the most fun plan. I guess I could type something in the chat just to get something in there. Oh, yeah. Who the hell's Kelly Renee? Why would I say that on the stream? I have no idea. I don't know who that is. Regardless, I won't say the name again. I'm sorry that I said that. I'm stupid. I just read something on something that is something because I'm stupid. So yeah, I just want to mention here for anybody who might watch that that sleep video that I decided to do the other day has done very well on both Twitch and on YouTube. On YouTube, it's got 1.6k views already, and has netted me about 18 new subscribers on YouTube. on Twitch here, it netted me 4 new subscribers, and I think it's got somewhere in the neighborhood of 115 or 120 views, something like that. Pretty surprising. Uh, I will do more. It won't be all the time because if I've learned nothing, I've learned that if you oversaturate anything, it can sometimes be a bad thing. With that said, though, I'll oversaturate the shit out of fucking keys and WoW content because that's kind of what I'm about. I'm mainly about the gaming thing. There will be some spice in there, though. There'll be some sleep videos or some chat videos, or I may do. I did a while back. I did do a day in the life of Year and Beer, and I started streaming when I woke up, and I basically streamed the entire day. So like even while I did mundane tasks around the house, I streamed. Just kept the headset on and just kept talking to people and just put it in like the just chatting. And then as the day went on, when I finally sat down to WoW, I changed it from the just chatting into the World of Warcraft category, and then moved right into doing some keys and whatnot. And did it was like a 8 or 9 or 10 hours. It was a long stream, and it did really well. I unfortunately had to delete that stream. I won't go into the reason why, but I did. I had to delete that stream. But anyways, it was a successful video. And I think that I'll probably do another one of those relatively soon. I was kind of thinking about doing one this weekend, but it doesn't look like it's going to line up well with my Saturday. Because I'd like to do it on a Saturday, because then that leads into a Saturday night, which is a raid night, which is a drinking night. So I don't know, but that one's still kind of on the table. I haven't finalized my thoughts on that idea. There is a suggestion box on my page if you had a thought for how something you'd like to see me do for a stream. I'm happy to hear it. Can't necessarily promise that I'll do this or that, but you never know. That's what a suggestion box is for. And I plan to do better customizations for this channel in the future. I've got a few things in mind about how videos should start, with some intro things and stuff. I've got a few things in mind. I believe that I'm going to spice this stuff up pretty nicely here in the coming days. I'm going to get better at the thumbnails, get better at all this stuff, because I right now I just kind of let it choose a random thumbnail, and it's not always entertaining. Whereas I could easily create a thumbnail at any given point. I could start my videos, as opposed to starting them directly on WoW, I could start them with my face full screen, talk a little bit, have an opening song recorded by like my brother, who's a musician, and
I'm
hello.
back. Sorry about the long wait.
Welcome back, Gark. Dude, I was doing a great job of filling time, though, talking. You know me, I can talk like a motherflower.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Gark, so I'm gonna truncate the story a little bit just because it's streaming, but I almost
Okay,
think it's
no worries.
I almost kind of think it's worth telling anyway, because it really in no way is this derogatory towards anybody in particular, but it is a little touch and go as far as like maybe the race issue. Okay, so
Okay.
just hear me out. So it goes down like this. Long story short, I work with 3 agency people. You guys have heard me talk about Alfred and Archie. And in the back, Archie is like the king of the world in D&D content. They've come in as agency. Agency, when they come in, they make more than we do per hour, but that's why we can assign them to specific spots. And this is what your contract says you're doing. Thus, they're in decon. And dude, I commend them, because decon is a very crappy place to be over and over and over again. But this dude Archie is a master. He does it masterfully. And there's 2 others. There's Alfred, and I've had my issues with Alfred, and I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus while I'm on live stream, but I've had my issues with Alfred. Alfred's a nice guy. That's all I'll say about him. But then the other one is Ruby, and Ruby is super quiet to herself, but she works her absolute tail off. She's always there, and she's productive. She does everything. She doesn't have to ask questions. She never, if you ask her to do something, she does it without questioning. When she does ask questions and I give her answers, she retains the information. Really good girl, right? Really good girl. Well, anyways, today she came into work. She entered the elevator in the brand new parking structure that they just put up across the street from I almost threw out names there, and I'm not going to do that. That was stupid. Across from where I work, and on her way down from the fourth floor of the parking garage to the ground floor, or to the first floor actually, which is one up from the ground floor. It's where the walkway over to the building is. The elevator stuck. It got stuck in between floors and quit operating completely. These are small elevators. They're probably maybe at most 8 foot by 8 foot by 10 foot tall. You know what I mean? So probably like an 8 by 8 cube. There was a lot of eights, right? I was just trying to be dramatic there. But anyways, it's a small elevator. And it's not one of those deals where it's a glass deal where you can see outside. It's an internal all metal elevator, and it got stuck, and she wasn't able to figure out how to call out. She was stuck in this elevator for an hour before somebody heard her physically calling for help, and eventually called for help, which they had to call the fire department, which had to come in, and they couldn't initially open it because it was too far in between floors. There wasn't enough space on either end. They had to make it move first. So she was in there for a little over an hour. It was 95 degrees here today, sunny with no breeze, and those carts, those elevators are not air conditioned at all. So she was basically in a microwave, scared and stuck for over an hour. So anyway, she makes it into work. At first she's fine. Long story short, then eventually she's not fine. She's experiencing a headache. She's experiencing intense chills. She's experiencing a little dizziness. These are all direct signs of heat stroke, or not necessarily heat stroke, but heat exhaustion, which is completely consistent with what she just went through. Now, either she's the world's best faker and knows that, or it's was happening, which I believe the latter. I believe that she was experiencing maybe even the afterthroes of a little bit of a panic attack as well, but also some symptoms of heat exhaustion from that happening. Because I know she overheated, and anyways, so when she's going to leave, at that point, I'm out there, and as the supervisor, I'm talking to her and telling her, it's okay that you leave. And I asked her, I said, you don't really look that great. Would you like me to walk you out to your car? And she said, yes. So I said, okay. And so I didn't even turn back to the department, didn't do nothing. I just walked her out to her car. And so we walked out. And my first sign that she wasn't doing well is she went the wrong direction for a good bit, and then told me, no, I parked back that way. And so I'm like, this person's not feeling well. So anyways, we get almost to her car, and she says, I can't drive. I'm like, okay. So what at that point do I do? So I just make the right there decision. I'm going to drive this person home in their car. And so I said, all right, get in. And so she gets in, we get in, I start up the car, and I'm like, I'm just going to drive you home. And she said, thank you. And off we went. Well, we get on the road, and she's like, oh, by the way, I live in Chicago. Now, I'm near Chicago, Gark, but I'm in the suburbs, dude. And the hospital's in the suburbs. So she lives downtown fucking Chicago. And so I drive her there, an hour and a half, leaving the hospital at 7 o'clock. Drive her there. And then when I get there, at first, no big deal. Get out, and I'm like, okay, go up to your apartment, relax. I'm fine. I'll order an Uber back to the hospital. It's fine. And she says, well, I want to stay out here with you until your Uber comes. And I said, don't worry about it. I'm a big boy. I'm not scared of nobody. I'll be fine. Uber will be here in a little bit. And so she went upstairs. Well, first Uber had said 15 minutes when I got there. When I first pulled up, I ordered the Uber. Like, I already had it up in speed dial, right?
Yeah.
And now we talked for probably almost 10 minutes before she went upstairs. Well, now the Uber still says 15 minutes, and it's a different car. And so she goes upstairs, and it's at this point, it's starting to get dark, and I'm looking around, and I'm the only white person around, and like at all. And I'm looking around and I kind of know where I'm at in Chicago, and it's not where, and mind you, I'm dressed completely in green scrubs, still with my mask and my fucking hair bonnet on, in the middle of basically the hood. And so after what was one of the worst little bit of time. So anyways, to extrapolate on that little bit of time. So at first I'm standing there, I feel everybody staring at me, and so I eventually message my buddy Willard, ask if he's around. He says he is, so I call him. So now I've got him, and I'm talking to him on speakerphone because I'm watching the Uber, right? And now I'm on to the third Uber car, right? Because the first, I forget, the first one was red. I forget, but it's actually the third Uber car when I look back on the details. Anyways, at this point, I hear somebody behind me. I turn, and it's I think it's Ruby. I shouldn't have said her name. I think it's my coworker, but it's actually her daughter. And she says, so and so says, that are you sure you don't want to come upstairs and wait for your Uber? And I said no, and I looked at it again, and I still had Josh on the phone, and it said 10 minutes till the Uber, and I said my Uber's almost here. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And so she goes upstairs. And so it was at this point now the first big feller approaches me and kind of goes at me, comes up, he's like, hey, who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, well, listen, I just had a coworker, wasn't feeling well, and I decided to drive him home, and now I'm waiting for my Uber to go back to my job. And he's like, oh, really now? He's like, that you did that for what? You really? I'm like, yeah, man. Listen, she needed a ride home. I felt like I could drive her home in her car, so she didn't have to go back and get it. And I'm gonna Uber home. Uber back to work. I'm just waiting for the Uber. And it's at this point I look and I see a second person approaching. This person is mean mugging the shit out of me, and I'm talking just like the person was a little bit shorter than me, and I'm only 5'7", so a little bit shorter than me, and I would say maybe even a little bit smaller than me, but just looking at me like he wanted to just absolute come up and tear me to pieces. I actually, and I said this to Tim earlier, I would actually equate this person in looks to a mean-looking Chris Rock, if that could even possibly be a thing. Right? But that's what it looked like, an angry Chris Rock coming at me. But this person didn't just approach. He approached and he got all up in my face. Like, he got within, like, if I was wearing a hat and I twitched, I could have fucking poked him with it. He was up in my face. And so I stood my ground, kind of looked at him. He didn't really say much. I can't remember. I'm foggy a little bit. He said something about who the fuck are you, or something of that nature, I think. I'm not even really sure. He was chomping on something. I don't even know what it was, but he was chomping on something. Mind you, from all directions I could smell weed. Far be it for me to complain about weed, but look, we're outside. And there's people, and it's getting dark, and there's people gathering like outside of all of these buildings. And this is these two people, and this little dude that's approached me keeps trying to position himself behind me. He keeps trying to fucking move around behind me. Almost like he's a dog wanting to sniff my butt, right? And I kept fucking, and if he got behind me, he'd have been putting me in between him and the other guy. And so I kept casually, without looking overly defensive, backing up and putting both of them in front of me. And still had Josh on the phone at this point, but now I'm engaged in both of these two, so we're not talking. I'm just holding the phone. Like, because I don't have speakers, I'm just holding it out, and I'm kind of looking at both of them. And so then, as I'm kind of backing up to put them in front of me again, the first dude who approaches, the bigger guy, he says to me, and he's older, but he says to me, he says, man, I ain't never seen no doctor do nothing like that. And I said, well, sometimes when people need something, and then he just kind of like looked at me and kind of nodded, and he kind of walked on away. And so then the little dude's still there, and he's still kind of like right on me, and he's still kind of looking at me. I don't really say much, and then he just kind of like turned and was like, all right, and kind of walked on off. and then I went back to talking to Josh, and then about 4 minutes later, the Uber pulled up. And the Uber, when he pulled up, I was standing in the street because I seen it coming, and I realized it too had already canceled. And so this dude wouldn't roll down the window and just motioned for me to go around the car, and he never all the way even stopped. He just let me open the door and he said, "Just get in." He's like, he wanted out of there right now. And 2 blocks up the street, there was like 6 squad cars, all lights lit, people all over the street, cops everywhere. I don't know what was going on, but it was probably a shooting in Chicago. And that was right in where I shouldn't have been. So I've been all charged up all night, like trying to figure out what in the living hell just happened. And the Uber ride home cost me $70. When I said home, I meant back to the hospital. $70. Because we were downtown, Julie Brown. I'm talking downtown.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, by the way, you're probably gonna get banned for racist rhetoric on Twitch.
I hope not.
I don't believe that's gonna happen. I don't think it. I'm joking with you on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I certainly hope not. I tried to really make because I really look. I didn't even really mean anything by it per se. But look, these are just facts. This is exactly what just happened. Like,
Yeah.
and I never used any slurs in there either.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically what I mean. As I said, I think it's just something that's basically, I suspect that's probably they consider their neighborhood and just some guy walking around in scrubs.
Dude, I had
It's kind of
to
unusual
I
for them.
had to almost look like a lunatic, right? I was in full green scrubs, mask, and hair bonnet in pretty much the middle of the hood on the corner waiting for an Uber. Nobody ever seen me before. When I got back to work, Tom told me he's like, dude, you're now known as Dr. Hood.
That's your new moniker now.
Right.
Go to Dr. Hood.
So I just the whole thing was messed up. And Josh wasn't really sure how to react when I told him the story because look, I was gone from work for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I said I didn't even know if they're gonna pay me for that. And Josh's like, nah, dude, you're covered. He's like, look, he could have called me, but and he emphasized that a few times. But and then he said, listen, I got $40 in my wallet. I'm gonna give you $40. Then at least you said it was 70, so I'll give you 40. And so he did. He gave me $40 in cash right then. So
Yeah.
he did tell me, he's like, Nate, he said, listen, this is one of the reasons why you're in the position you're in, because you care and you'll also make a decision in the heat of the moment when necessary. You don't have to have backup.
Yep. That's exactly what a manager needs to do.
And that's right.
A good one needs to do.
Yep. And I think honestly, I think I earned some respect from a few of the people in the department because everybody was like, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah. Well.
Listen, I felt like it was the right thing to do at the time. Listen, I don't care who she and here's another thing too. Here's a tidbit for you. Halfway home, she got a call from the other agency person that's there, not Archie but Alfred. And here I'm throwing. But look, you're not throwing their last names. Anybody's name could be Archie and Alfred, right? Those could be fake names, maybe. Archie, Alfred, and Ruby. That almost sounds like Wizard of Oz names. But anyways,
Yeah.
anyways, called and asked where she was at, and she said, I'm on my way home. And he said something, and he's got a really thick accent. I'm not exactly sure from where, but regardless, it's difficult to understand him. So I didn't understand what he said. But she said, I'm not driving. Matt is driving. And he said, who? And she looked at me and she said, your name is Matt, right? And I said, no, it's Nate. So I've worked with her since January. She doesn't even know my name, and I'm taking this risk for her. You know what I mean?
Heat stroke also. Heat stroke memory and all that too. So
That could that's possible as well. But the other dude, Alfred, that called, he only knows my name now because I browbeat him with it for about 2 weeks after he kept asking me questions, and then I found out he didn't know my name, and so then I kept asking him in front of people like, "Hey, you remember my name yet?" And he'd be like, And I'd be like, it's Nate, dude. Come on. I've worked with you for a while now. And so he
To be
finally
fair,
remembered.
I've worked with people. I've worked with people. I think there was at least 2 or 3 people I worked with for about a year or two before I even know their names. So
Were either one of them your supervisor?
no,
Exactly. Exactly. If there's one person's name you want to learn, that's the one.
yeah. Oh wow. Well, that was a fun and interesting story.
It was.
Fun and interesting.
Would you like to look for a key? Because I would. I've run a lot of
Sure.
laps around Orbitos, and now I'm sitting AFK on a stream. So
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead.
I
Let's
would
go ahead and
love
grab a
to.
key, man.
I would love to. Thank you for listening to my story. You're about the eighth people. You're about the eighth person I've told that story to. Gark, but it got my adrenaline up so high, man. I can't fucking. I've had a hard time settling back down. And hey, listen, not lost in this either is the fact that I'm holding my phone in front of all these people. So these people are noticing these silver nails too. I promise you, they're glinting in the what lingering sunlight there was. So trust me, they noticed that too. And I'm sure
Yeah.
that I'm sure when dude approached, that was one of the things he was looking. He's like, I think that dude was sniffing for fear, dude. I think he was sniffing for fear. If he
Yeah.
saw me backing away or backing down or looking scared, I think he'd have pounced. But I didn't. I just stood there
Maybe
talking
the
on the phone as though I belonged there. And he
yeah.
was like, "Oh, all
Well, that's
right." Like
well,
he
that's what
gave
you're
me,
supposed to do in that
yeah. I
situation.
mean, like a dog at a park. He came up and gave me the sniff test. All right,
Yep.
you can be here. I think that's what happened, man. I do. I think that's what happened. I just didn't. I didn't slink away or run or hide or tell him to back off or anything. I just fucking stood there and
Yeah.
okay, let's do this.
Well, yeah. And that completely makes sense. Since what you did and how you did, you did exactly the right thing in that situation.
Nope.
So,
Lucky man, lucky. Well,
because usually,
I've been in a lot of weird places though in life, Gark. As far as like, you know, at bars with people I don't necessarily know. You know, in downtown areas. I've been in Chicago more than a few times. I've been in a few fucking fucked up situations, so I have a little bit of wherewithal as far as how to handle them.
yeah,
That one was
yeah,
like, dude, you don't expect to do that though at work. Like that was the weirdest fucking work day ever. I spent three
well,
hours not at work,
yeah,
and then
yeah. Sometimes,
my boss not only didn't really scold me for it, he ended up giving me $40.
yeah. As I said, you did the right thing.
I
You did the right thing.
I felt
You may have bent the rules a little bit, but sometimes
I
that's what managers are for. They're being
yep.
know when the rules are to be enforced and when they're to be bent. So
When I went back to work, I was talking to Tom and I told him I feel like I was just sorry, that was a bit of a slur. I said I feel like I was just presented the Kobayashi Maru. Now, Garkamon, please tell me you know what that is.
I do.
Oh, you're
No.
fucking awesome. It was a no-win situation. It was a no-win situation. And you know what I did instead? I reprogrammed it. I did what nobody else would have done. And I fucking went and I came back. And so I beat it. I took it out. I did. That's the way I felt about it. I felt like I was presented a no-win situation. And no matter what I did, I was either going to look bad. The hospital was going to look bad. Because if we sent a person that's experiencing heat exhaustion from an episode that happened at the hospital home and they get in a car wreck driving home, the hospital's gonna lose that lawsuit.
Yeah.
The hospital's gonna lose that lawsuit and they'll lose a fortune. And instead, I drove her home. Her car didn't have to stay, the hospital didn't have to pay for nothing. No harm, no foul, everybody's safe. There's nothing negative there. So I took, and I would be willing to bet you, Gark, of the people that worked there, there's one person that would have done exactly what I did, and I'm the one. Nobody else would have done that. I do not think a single other person in that building, or at least in my department, would have done that. I don't think so.
Yeah. Probably not.
That's why I say I took the Kobayashi Maru, reprogrammed it fucking James T. Kirk style, and beat it. I made it where I could win. and it was a narrow win, dude, because there was a small moment right there where if old boy fucking pulled out a knife and stabbed me super quick, and then said, "Give me your wallet," and all of a sudden I don't have a wallet, he'd have gutted me like a fucking fish, took my two phones, and walked away. And nobody had ever been the wiser. That would have been another unsolved murder in fucking Chicago. And when they put it on the news, it would have been like, "What was this fucking dude in scrubs doing here?" I would have
Yeah.
looked like the idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. So, dude, you know what? It is what it is, but it's an interesting story at least.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree that. Yeah, I agree. As I said, you did the right thing. You did the right thing, and even when you were confronted by the guys, basically who were sniffing for fear, you did exactly the right thing.
I'm just
Here's another
lucky.
question.
Yeah.
Here's another question though. Do you think those guys might have saw you brought her up to her room?
No, I never brought her up to her room. We pulled up in the car. I did one loop around the parking lot, pulled up, and then I backed into a parking spot that she asked me to park in. We got out, walked over to the front of the car, talked briefly. She wrapped in her couple blankets that she had now stolen from the hospital because those came from
Yeah.
the hospital. But whatever. I mean, it's a couple blankets. Who gives a shit? She's dying, fucking freezing. And we talked for about 5 minutes, and I told her I don't want her to stand down there and freeze and wait. I said I want you to go upstairs and rest. I'll be fine. I'm not scared. And then she walked away, and a few people walked around uh, after that, but then like again at that point it said 15 minutes on my Uber, and so I walked around for a couple minutes, then I messaged Josh, he answered, then I called Josh and I talked to Josh for 5 or 10 minutes, then I realized that the Uber still said 15 minutes, so some time had passed. And at this point, it's starting to get darker. And now I've moved from where we parked the car out because I'm realizing that the Uber's not going to. It's not going to recognize that I'm in the parking lot. It's going to come to the address. So I'm like, I got to walk out near the street. So I walk out near the street, and I realize that there's more and more people gathering about the street and or the front of the buildings as I walk forward. So now I don't feel as safe out near the street as I did over near the car. So I want to walk over net back near the car. And it's at that point that I get cut off by the fella coming back in. And he's the one who approaches me like, "Who the fuck are you? What are you doing here?"
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just wondering.
Yep. So dude, it was just a weird circumstance, man. I didn't like it. But I stayed calm. I think having Josh on the phone didn't hurt either. I got to talk to him about this because I think he helped me a lot. Because I think I might have, if I had started to seem jittery at all, I think they'd have pounced. I think they were just waiting for the smallest sign,
Yeah.
and I never showed it. I never backed down. I never gave him a sign that I was scared. Although I was scared,
Yeah.
Gark, I was definitely scared, but I never gave him a sign that I was. I stayed calm.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's exactly what you're supposed to do. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation.
yep, yep.
You don't ever show fear, and don't ever show a situation where you're afraid, because basically it means A, you're either using pickings, or B, you're there. B, you're trying to hide something.
Yeah,
If you're
B.
in
You're
those
trying
situations,
either way.
you're in
That's a bad thing. Yep, you're in trouble. Yep. But hey, listen. End of the day, Uber came, picked me up, got back to the hospital, was able to communicate all of the things that I hadn't done to my boss, who was actually working tonight. As a random, like he decided to work a random night shift tonight, so I got to tell him this story firsthand, and that's why he was able to hand me $40. And at the end of the day, she got home safe. Her car's home safe. I made it back. Josh and I split the bill on the Uber. No harm, no foul. I come back to work tomorrow. Everything is as good as gold, you know? And hopefully it avoided a lawsuit for the hospital, because I'm telling you, she couldn't have drove home. She was loopy on the way home. Slept a
Hmm.
little bit. At points, like her eyes would roll in her head and she'd hold her head like this. She wasn't right. I'm telling you, I think it was heat exhaustion. And I think a little bit of a panic attack and a little bit of a heat exhaustion all combined to overwhelm that. And she's a little
Yeah.
person. So, yeah. I stand by that. I did the right thing. I took care of her instead of pushing her off on somebody else. I think that was the right thing to do as a person.
Yep.
And I don't care who you are. Like I feel like if I had to go back and do it again right now, I think I'd probably do the same thing, except I definitely would get my wallet. And I might even change. I might even make her wait for me to change clothes, so I didn't look so stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Although
I
this
think
is
you're.
what, although this is what I wore today, so still, I still would have stood out like a fucker. But at least I wouldn't have looked. I would have looked. I look bigger in this than I do in scrubs because you can at least see that I'm not a fucking scrawny bastard.
Yeah. Though honestly, as far as your clothing is concerned, I think your clothing actually might have made it more of a
I
case for
I think it
you
might
than
have
I
helped.
think.
I think it might have helped me. I think the doctor
Yeah.
angle. I think the doctor angle might have helped me. I think I might have actually got lucky with that. To be
Yeah.
honest, they thought I was a fucking doctor, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of push for that moniker at work for Doctor Hood.
Doctor Hood.
I think that's fucking good, man. Doctor Hood.
Well, you can put
I
you
gotta
can
be.
push for it, but
I
it's got to be
it's
natural
got to
though,
be
because
well, and it's also got to be very covert because you don't want Ruby to hear that because like I don't want her to think. Yeah, I actually can't do that at all because I would not want her to hear that I feel like she lives in the hood. Like
yeah,
listen,
actually,
yeah,
yeah, it's one
yeah,
of those.
because
If
yeah,
your coworkers start calling you that, I guess it's okay, but don't call
yeah,
yourself that.
I
Actually,
I won't say it again. But Tom's the one who'll do it, and if he does, what I'll do is I'll tell him like that's got to be on the down low, brother, because we can't let that be heard, and he'll understand. He's Tom's actually pretty fucking smart. He's pretty worldly.
oh, okay.
Tom's a couple of things. He's been a paramedic in the past, so he's got some medical knowledge. He's done a little bit of studying, and he actually wants to be a mortician. So he's
Oh,
done some
okay.
studying into that, and he's even done some studying into like the background of being a mortician, like the history of it. He's brought up he's talked about some pretty interesting shit up at work. Tom's a I really can't say enough good about him. He's a pretty interesting cat. Uh, he's unique. I haven't met a whole lot of people like him.
Cool. Yeah. Well, as I said, some all pe- all people pursue all sorts of things, and morticians are definitely something that's both needed and necessary in society. So.
Yep, and it's better to be friends with him before you're dead.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now let's look for a key, Gark. I'm sorry, buddy.
Agreed.
I'm easily distracted.
No worries. No worries at all.
Well, you know me by now.
I do.
Anything in particular you'd like to do? I don't have really a preference. I'd just like to do something for shits and gigs. I wouldn't even
I really
mind.
don't. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I wouldn't even necessarily mind healing, depending on what's going on.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with anything above 15. Between 15 and 15 and 16 is usually what I aim for, but I'd be willing
Okay.
to do a 17, maybe 17 or even 18, maybe.
So
But I as a,
you're good with anything between a 16 to an 18. I'm down.
okay,
So
well 15 to an 18, but yeah,
okay, then I'll narrow it down to 16 and it'll give me 16, 15, 16, 17. I'll find us something in that range. What is my key? My key is a 17 the other side.
that's my key. I think it's like mine's a 16 necrotic wake.
Copy that. Every key in here is fucking sanguine depths, I swear to God.
Popular dungeon.
Right. Oh, Gark. Adrenaline is a crazy. It's a crazy thing, dude. Like I don't know what happened. It 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 it
Yeah.
it it, it like kickstarted my fucking soul or some shit.
Yep. Yep. But
Dude,
once you,
Gark,
but
I was sure when that second dude approached. I was sure I was about to fight. I was sure he was coming. Like he was coming. Like I thought there's no way this dude's not doing something right now. He came up with that much purpose, that much stare, and got that close to me. I I
yeah.
I thought for fuck sure he was coming. I don't know what backed him off. I have no idea. Oh, this is a fucking oh there oh the dude's got a big resume. It
Oh, cool.
almost intimidating. That's why hemmed and hawed. It's a 16 sanguine.
Okay. Cool.
Like I think he might have a bigger resume, a big enough resume that he might fucking blow us off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I've found usually is what I've tend to find is usually what tends to happen with keys is you basically
Gark,
just keep you just
you're not
keep.
Venth, are you?
I'm not vent here, unfortunately.
So that's what's gonna kick us from this group is they wanted to vent.
Okay.
But hey, listen, we almost got it.
Yeah. What I'm finding right now is basically you apply to like 20, 30, 40 different groups before you actually get one.
Yep.
That's what I've noticed.
Which is fine. I don't mind applying to a few groups. I actually am gonna grab a fresh beer, Gark.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a funny feeling I'm gonna end up working a double tomorrow. Uh, uh, the third shift dude, Brandon, hasn't been in all week. He was COVID, so he's
Hmm.
dealing with the get back thing. Well, it turns out that his get back day is tomorrow, but he told Josh, may as well just call it a wash on the week, and I'll come back next week. Which tells me he probably went back to Iowa while he was sick.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that he just wants to work through good. But Josh is like, no, dude, that's no. I can make this clear to you. I know exactly how many days. If you're symptom free, you can be, blah blah blah. And so Josh is like, and I quote, for Brandon's sake, I hope he makes it in tomorrow night, Nate. But I said, for the company's sake and the department's sake, Josh, if he doesn't make it in, let me know as soon as you can that he's not coming in because I'll come in a couple hours late and then work through my shift and into the night, and I'll work until 5 in the morning when Divya comes in because otherwise Olivia, the poor girl that's had only training in one area, would have the whole department for the whole night, and that's not fair, and I won't let it happen. Same reason why I took the other girl home. I'm not going to let somebody be alone like that. That's wrong. As a supervisor, sometimes when the shit hits the fan, it falls on you to take care of it. That's what you have to do. And if you're not willing to do that, don't take that position. I am willing to do that, Gark. You know why? A, I care about that job. B, I genuinely usually am pretty helpful towards people if I can be. And C, I know that this is the job that I will very likely retire at. So the better I can get and the more experience I can get and the more respect I can earn, the
The
better
better off you'll
everything
be.
is for me, right? So all of these things are not just me being trying to be the good guy. It's also me trying to look out for myself in the long run, right?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does. One of those expensive, one of those expensive things to have is a bad reputation.
Very much so, and I do not wish for that. But mostly Gark though, because like honestly, dude, I try really hard to help people. I do. I don't try to hurt people. Oh shit! Who took us? The 16 Sanguine Depths took us. I never
Nice.
canceled it. All right.
Cool. On
Okay.
Sanguine Depths we go then.
Okay. Yep, and that's the dude too, Corbin, Corbigan. That's the warlock is the one who messaged me. So I'm gonna guess then we're doing this without event, which you don't necessarily need event in Sanguine Depths, in my humble opinion. And because we don't have event, I probably won't do that go backwards method that I usually do, because there's no
Yeah.
sense in going backwards to the jar when you can just go forward and get extra mobs that way.
Welcome
Yeah,
to the Eternal City.
that makes sense.
Keep
It's actually funny. We ran to the other side earlier today. It was actually really funny. We did two woe skips. We skipped. I think we skipped all the way to Hakar at the very beginning.
I've
Killed
seen
him,
that.
and basically fought our way back. And then we skipped. To. We skipped the second part of the dungeon as well. So
No shit.
basically, so we did both skips at the same. We did both skips, and I think we actually beat it by 4 minutes.
Nice.
Of course, we had to pull some other strange stuff like the dragon in the.
But that's
hardware.
but so be it, right? It's not that big.
Yeah.
The dragon is a pain in the ass, but if you're ready for it, it's not that bad.
The dragon can be.
It's way worse on fortified.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and I think the other part of it was he also cleared almost all the mobs around the dragon too. So that's
Yeah.
usually when you fight if you fight the dragon, the fear is pretty bad. The big problem with that one is the fact that you fear into the other mobs. That's what
Yep.
kills you.
Fire sauce, Kalux, and Kirby.
Fire sauce, Kale, and Kirby. Okay.
Perfect. Fire sauce. So it's fire, kale, and Kirby. Got it. Fire, kale, and Kirby.
Cool. Okay.
So
that
if
works.
if I refer to anybody, that's what it'll be. Fire, kale, and Kirby. I got to come up with names for these people.
Okay.
I don't know why Kirby. That's the best I got for that guy. First thing I thought when I saw his name was Kirby. When he messaged me, that's what I thought. Kirby. What's up, Kirby?
Yeah.
It's like Herbie, but not bananas. You know how I know you're old? Because you know what I'm talking about.
I was kind of wondering what Herbie and Bananas had to do with one another. So
You're lying to me.
I have no clue what Herbie and Bananas have to do
Oh
with one another.
my God, you really don't?
I really don't.
Wow. Okay, so do you know who Herbie is? Like that Volkswagen with the racing stripes and the number?
I know know what that one is. Yes.
So Herbie Goes Bananas is probably the most famous movie of all of the Herbie movies that I it's the only one's name I can think of. That's the name of one of the movies. Herbie Goes Bananas.
Yeah, I remember. I remember there was some old Herbie movies. I don't remember any of them.
That was-
I also
that-
remember
that
there was
was-
like a. I also remember there was a there was a terrible version. I think it was I don't remember. Who's that teen star that got really bad into drugs and so forth. Yeah, I know I'm not narrowing it down a bit, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. For some reason, I feel like you're talking about the kid who played in Home Alone.
no. I'm talking about no. This is a woman, not a man.
Oh.
It's like same vein as like Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes, but that's not who she is. It's like one of the other ones. They actually did a funny they actually did a couple terrible parodies of her. And Her mom and basically I remember there was a movie that I never saw, but the parody Robot Chicken parody is what I
Ah,
remember.
that's funny. Dude, Robot
Yeah,
Chicken was some shit.
it still is.
All right, let's get on in there. I'm full buffed. I'm full buffed and full repaired.
Yeah. I full repaired. I better. Oh man, better.
Oh, they dropped the feast, of course, because I ate.
Of course, that's how it usually goes.
I feel pretty
Yeah,
I feel pretty confident in this dungeon, to be honest with you, Garg.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I think we'll be. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident. Like I've run this a lot. I feel pretty confident. And trash won't be shit. And inspired doesn't mean a whole lot in this one, because you just nuke it. You know what I mean? You just nuke it.
Yep.
Watch out for quaking. Just nuke the inspired. There's only a few places. Lock rocks. I love it. Like for instance in Mists of Tyr Scythe, where you have the two tenders in the group. If one's the inspired, and you don't CC it, between the two of them you can't interrupt them, so they'll just continue to heal each other, and that becomes a really shitty group to kill.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fully aware of that. I think that.
But I don't think there's any place in this dungeon where that's the case. I think you can just nuke everything here.
I think, trash-wise, yes. Second, and third bosses are going to be the big ones. So.
Which is
It's only going to be more tougher than the third one.
Which it's only a 16, and as long as people are holding up their end of the bargain, we should be fine.
Yep.
I'm ready. I'm almost out of beer. I'm gonna run and get a beer.
Pull timer.
That's okay. That's okay. I got plenty of time, Dark. I only need a second.
5, 4,
Okay.
3, 2.
Because now they got to do another pull timer.
That is true.
That gives me time to actually open the beer, put it off to the side, in the koozie, roll my ass up to the keyboard, and horse my way to the first fucking mobs. Okay, so we're going to test everything right from the start. Let's see what y'all got.
This warlock's no joke.
No doubt about it. That is how you figure out if you have people in the group or not. Now, I do not have the cooldowns that I just had here. So, like, aggro could be a thing. Until now! No more aggro problems.
Cool.
And now, depending on what we kill here, okay, that's an interesting thought. I don't know what we're planning on doing. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. We win. Don't care. Dude, I feel like I'm on crack right now, Garg. Like, I need this adrenaline rush more. Like, where did I get this adrenaline rush from? I guess when you tap into someone's, like, I'm scared for my life, I'm gonna have to fight or flight here. It awakens something inside of them that says, hey, you know what? I ain't ready to fucking meet my maker, and you sure as hell ain't gonna take me to him. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have the skip, so we don't even have to really be careful through here. Oh, the skip is
No, we
over.
don't.
So the skip is over. And so now somebody's
is
going to
over.
pull. Almost for sure somebody's going to pull.
And the others will scatter.
Yep.
We really made it through? I'm shocked.
No. Not quite. Not quite. The warlock.
Well, that's bad because I didn't realize it and done pulled, so
Looks like he's gonna be able to-
hopefully he just dies or finds his way fucking
just-
through.
He got something. He brought a
I
friend.
grabbed it. I grabbed it. I have some cooldowns. I'm gonna fucking grab more. I want the power. Nice deep, Scark.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I stood in that. I did. I stood in it. I don't want my back to the outside like that. I don't like it.
Don't blame you.
Hey, how's my DPS?
Doing nice.
It won't be as good on the boss, but
No.
pretty fucking awesome to come through a big pack like that and show fucking 15k top of the fucking meters.
Defensive. Stack.
Watch out for the fucking tank mechanic. It's gonna be right in the fucking melee's danger zone. Oh, good
Yeah, I
job
know.
killing it.
Defensive.
No, I've learned good and well that needs to die very quickly.
Yep. Well, it was because I came to stack with you guys, but that turned that mob around that direction. I put sack on you because friend.
No worries.
Interrupt team. Stack.
I don't think I got somehow in the stack. Sure as hell tried.
Or as everybody else did, so.
Special command. Defensive.
I've been forgetting something in this dungeon, so I can be better, actually. Yeah, I've been forgetting something about my new build, and it's something stupid that I shouldn't be forgetting, so I won't continue to forget it.
Special command. Defensive.
Healer has mana, I'm not going to hesitate, and I'm going to go further than that. I'm fucking going big. Dude, how's that, Gark? 14k top the heels, 6.6k top. I'm sorry, 6.6k top the heels, 13k top the DPS.
Nice.
I got you. I got you, Holmes. Told you, man.
Watch your step.
The hood awakened me.
Watch your step.
It sure as hell did get my attention, I'll tell you what.
Yep.
As to how fast reality can change. You know what I mean? Because, like, that could have gone from 0 to 60 in, like, 3.2 seconds. You know what I mean? And I was fully aware of it. Never let it get out of my sight. Break them chains. It's like the smallest group we've pulled in a damn instance. Almost feel guilty. I'm just gonna pull that other group in. Fuck it. It's cool.
I was just saying, I noticed something. I noticed the warlock wasn't appearing on the DPS charts at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he was AFK for a little bit for some reason, or he's
Interesting.
DC'd, but he's back now.
That would explain some things, I guess. Why everything's taking so fucking long to kill.
Yeah.
But I ain't exactly slowed the fuck down either.
Interrupt. Interrupt.
I'm a little bit in trouble now coming into the next room because I'm gonna have a lot of mobs and I don't have my biggest cooldown. I'm kind of trying to delay a little bit here. I'm just delaying a little bit. I'm delaying just a little bit. I'm kind of holding my shit, pulling. Big shit. It's nice when you have the inside track on that and you know what the fuck's going on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why I did what I did. Look at it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of pulls like that, man. It's not something I've ever really been able to do. Like, go ahead and fucking dominate heals and tank. Or, I mean, and DPS. Okay, so now's when I'm totally going to delay again, too, because I want my cooldown back before I really go to that next bob. And I'm not going backwards. There's no sense in going backwards without the jars. We just work our way towards forwards. This is actually going to work out pretty well. I'm going now.
Your kind are so fascinating, with so many secrets to uncover. Light will prevail.
I just randomly grabbed an extra because we had it right there. And the pat's going to come right back to us. In an ideal world, it'll come back to us right as this gargoyle dies. And then we grab the pat. That's the fucking perfect scenario. I don't know if it works like that. And if it doesn't, we're going to grab the pat with that next group up there. However it goes down. That's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
It's looking like it's going to be the latter. Because I'm going to start moving that way now. Yep, that's how it's going to go down. We'll be popping big cooldowns.
So you do pain. I really must thank you. You make
The real test is about to come here right now, Guard.
Agreed. My guess is I should have stacked with that circle, right?
Actually, I was trying to open that gate, so I didn't pay attention to what just happened.
I had a circle that basically just went boom on me and
No
did like
worries.
12k damage on me, but I still lived, so.
Okay, so we're going to get the boss, and then we'll worry about the percentage. We're 1.3 short, so we'll just get that little bit after the boss.
Okay.
Incoming, stay to the outside first. Inside right after. Outside. Inside. This is one of the exceptions to the rule me and Tim talked about earlier, where he said I don't ever strafe. This is the exception to that rule. This is 100% a strafe boss for me. Outside. Strafe and backpedal, strafe and backpedal. Strafe right. Inside, 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 inside.
You might be pulling him a little too aggressively.
It's all good. It's fine. It's fine. Oh. I missed the fucking poke that I got scared a little bit. Inside though. Inside's where we need to be. Outside. But by that, I assume you meant moving him a little bit too quickly. I understand what you're saying. I've been guilty of that, I'm not gonna lie. Lock rock. Oh, healer's dead. Healer's dead. We ain't though. I still got some tricks.
Okay. I'm dead too.
So is the boss.
Thanks.
Don't release.
Yep. I won't.
I only res the healer first because it's the healer.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely understood.
That boss is hard, by the way.
Yeah. As I think he's actually the hardest boss in here. I would argue.
Or, yeah, but I know that I moved a little bit fast. It's difficult to judge because of the various things, and that's been one of my criticisms in the past. I think at 1.38 we can get this room and it'll be enough. So we got to get back quickly. Or the Pat will overtake us. And we'll have to fight the Pat.
Thankfully, my dumb skeleton was just far enough away not to.
Yep. And I see that I see that the healer got a bunch of aggro, but I fucking double fucking bubbled him. I sacked him and bubbled him so he wouldn't die. And I think this should be enough, I believe. Oh yeah. I are not stupid.
Okay.
I'm sure. This boss is the one that when you said that boss is the hardest, this is the one actually that I feel like can sometimes end people when they don't expect it to.
Well, the big thing here is you absolutely must collect 3 orbs, or have
that's
2 orbs on cooldown.
Right, and if you have one person, one DPS who doesn't understand that, or God forbid 2, and all of a sudden they're down 2, it's too much to come back from.
Do you mind if I grip that one guy by himself?
No,
over,
no, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna get the other 2 non-fucking ones right now.
Okay.
Interrupt.
I had a plan, dude. I did. I was a little slow on it, I will admit. The execution wasn't perfect.
Interrupt.
Nice. Somebody got that. That wasn't me. Okay, healer is okay on mana. If he drinks, I'll let him, but he's not, so I'm pulling.
How dare you interrupt my research? Range fire. Defensive. Wearing thin. Even here.
Defensive.
Now I've used most of my big cooldowns. So this is the one right here where I can't really save anybody, including myself. I absolutely have to have my 3.
Range 5. Defensive.
Lock rocks, personals.
My patience is wearing thin. Even here.
I saw that coming. I did. Get him if you can. Obviously, wait. You know what? Don't even do it. Don't even waste it. I got it. Oh, he doesn't even have to because he'll release right here. If he's not an idiot, he'll just release. Just release.
Quickly, mortals.
I'm
Escape
thinking he
with
might be an
Sarai.
idiot. Thinking he might be an idiot.
So,
Okay, no.
this is the prize you seek. It will never leave this prison.
Stay back. I'm not going to give him time. I'm just going to taunt.
Have ever escaped the sanguine depths, and neither will you.
Stay back again.
They don't know that.
They gonna figure it out fast, or they gonna die. Notice how I horsed all the way back up.
Shockwave. Run. Shockwave. 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 Run. Shockwave. Shockwave. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Healer seems good on mana, so I don't have all of my AoE shit right now, which is the fucking real suck. I do now.
Find shelter.
Oh, nice job. Oh, wait, he released. I was going to say nice job, Resonant, but I guess, honestly, it's probably just best releases. It's probably faster. And it saves the res for when you actually need it.
That prisoner belongs to the master. You will not take it.
The quaking in here is a bitch.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's what's fucking us up more than anything else in here. That fucking Warlock, man, he means business.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how he's not pulling aggro. Like, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Like, that's too much. You'd think he'd be definitely pulling aggro. Trust me, I wanted to pull this all up into that next group, and I thought about it. I probably should have.
These walls will be your tomb.
Find shelter.
Stubborn rebels! You will meet your end!
Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Going full send. Incoming.
Surrender the prisoners!
Watch your step.
84%, it's getting close. 90%, 96, getting ready.
Find shelter. Watch your step.
I fucking ate both of those, to be honest with you. Fire sauce ate all of them though, so.
Watch your step.
63%. I'm on target now at least. 90%. 96, getting ready.
Find shelter. Watch your step. Watch your step.
$87, 90%. You ready?
Find shelter.
Across the fucking room.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Nice. Beat that motherfucker by like 5 minutes easy. I still got no
Nice.
points for it though.
Neither did I, but someone did. So.
Fantastic. I'll take it.
Go, mortals. I will hold her off.
That was a smooth key, man. Hey, what's
Was.
up, Brokon? Yeah, dude, that was really smooth, Gark. Like, that was fucking super smooth. That we absolutely raffle stomped that 16. Made it our bitch, 100%.
Yep.
Dude, I pulled big throughout that. Like, I pulled extra big. I saw power and just said, fuck it, I'm pulling more.
Yep. Yeah, I'm actually quite well too. My overall damage was 9.6. So.
Hell yeah. Oh, I didn't even look at the damage. What was the damage? Shit, I didn't even look at it.
Lock.
Oh, I got it. Yep, I see it. 12, 2, 9, 6, 8, 7, and 7, 9. I've actually done better than 7, 9. I felt like I did better than that. I really did.
No, we still tanked. We still tanked it very well. So.
Dude, yeah, there was points in there where I was doing fucking 20, 30k DPS. It was great. It was fun. That was fun. Thank you also for the compliment. Hell yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah, I had a blast.
You staying up longer, Gark? It's late now, right?
It is unfortunately late, and tomorrow's gonna
no
be one of
worries.
those. Tomorrow's gonna be one of those meetings where I had to do a conflict over a procedure, and we need to. And
Gotcha.
tomorrow I have to be fully conscious to ask them
No worries, buddy. No worries.
exactly what.
That actually opens the door wide for Procon. Dude, I tell me you're close to logging on and you might want to do some PvP. Just say it. Just say it. That's all I want you to say. I mean, if you have to say I'm wrong and you can't, that's okay. But the other part's what I want you to say. I gotta wait a few seconds now because, you know, me and you are on Discord. He's not. He's on stream. He's watching the stream.
Yeah.
Dude, I love this streaming thing. Garkovon, that fucking sleep stream boosted my YouTube. It's got 1.6k views already in 2 days, almost 3 days, I gained 18 subscribers from it. 18. I'm up to like 265. Or I'm sorry, 165. 165.
Oh, nice.
Yep. 18 subscribers, one sleep stream. I figure I do one of those about every 2 to 4 weeks. Just one.
Yeah.
Just one. And don't do anything crazy. Just do the same thing I've been doing. Wear a different one of the colors each time. And that's it. That's it. And it's good. How long, pro? How long? How long I got? Because it's only 350. I've got time. Like I've got 4, 5, 6. I've got 2 hours. Even maybe even a little longer than 2 hours. Probably maybe 3 hours, like max. I've got 3 hours max right now. Perfect. Perfect. And then I'll run another key, and then I'll fucking grab you and we'll fucking smash some shit. Sounds great.
Okay. Well, I wish you luck with your key. As I said,
Gark? Gark, thank you
Yep.
for running the key with me. Your damage was fucking spot on. I would borderline say you and I close to carried that key. We did extremely well. In all the big pulls, you were bursting big ass fucking damage. You did great in there. I fucking can't stress enough how happy I am and how proud I am of how you fucking have made yourself into a powerhouse. You're fucking awesome. Thank you for all that you do.
Yep. I'm glad to help out where I can. And just a friendly reminder, I'm only 7 points behind you now.
Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. And you know what? Nothing makes me happier than that, to be quite honest. Dude, keep pushing me and I'm going to keep pushing you. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah.
Cool. Anyways, well, I hope you get good luck on your keys. Good luck on all your PvP tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you later then. Good
You
luck
as-
with everything, especially good luck with work tomorrow. So
Thank you very much, Gark. You're awesome. Thank you very much. And I will definitely talk to you soon.
take care. Talk to you later.
You bet. Ah. That is one cool cat, that guy, Garkavon. Met him only online. Just via this game. Just one cool cat, man. He and I had one beef one time, and it was like for about 10 minutes. And we solved it, and he and I have been like perfect. I can't ask for a better guild member, a better friend, a better person than that guy. I've really, honestly, he's fucking solid. And like I would have said all of that even before he did this dedication to Mythic Pluses and or getting better as a player. And now he's even more valuable to guys a fucking borderline powerhouse. I mean, it's great. It's great. It's great. I fucking love it. I love to see the success of a friend. Brokan, I have a story for you. If you come and do PvP with me at the end of the night, I'll probably end the stream and then I'll tell you the story because I've already told the story on the stream, so I don't want to reiterate it. It's a really interesting story from tonight. I had an interesting day at work, to say the least. I think that you'll find it amusing, but we'll do that way later, though, as long as you're able to get on and do your thing, and no pressure, of course, as always, Procon. I've already had a pretty good evening. That was a smash key, like we just dominated that. Loved it. I like Sanguine Depths, and especially this week. Like, Sanguine Depths is a pretty damn good dungeon. The only boss that scares me is the one with the orbs. And we did pretty well on that one. Like the boss where you have to back up, I do tend to back up a little too fast. I do, and I know I'm guilty of it. I've tried to address it a little bit, and I've slowed down a lot. I used to be way worse. I'd get like almost lap myself. But nonetheless, fun stuff. Hey, you want to do a key, bro? Hey, listen, we don't have to do PvP. I would happily fucking help you do a key. We could find whatever. Fuck yeah, no problem, dude. No problem. We could do PvP. We got plenty of fucking time. Do PvP whenever the fuck. If you want to do a key, I got you. I got you. Let's do one. I'm down. 100%. 100%. I got you. And the good thing is, I'm so confident in my tank right now that I don't even we can plug in and I'm just straight confident. So I have no issue. Like I'm confident that I can facilitate some key runs, even in some lower keys or whatever. Let's assess the situation. Maybe we'll use the word lower loosely. See what we can get into. Because, like, that key right there, there was pulls in that key where I felt like I carried it. Like, if you go back and watch that, there was some big pulls in there where I pulled excessively, where I topped both damage and heals by a lot. I should look at the shit, too. That new fucking spec that dude taught me is something, man. I can't really necessarily quantify it here, looking at necessarily stats, but like I think he put me on the right path. I do. That's not bad, pro. Do you have any? You have some tier? You have to have at least a couple pieces of tier by now, yeah. Just based on the trend, on the being able to change them. Dude, so you're literally a whole nother level than the last time I ran a key with you. Like literally, you're on a whole nother level. You're numerous item levels higher and a 4-piece. So yeah, you're in a whole different spot. Yeah, dude. We can probably look for a 15. I see no reason why we shouldn't look for a 15. We don't need to look for no low key. We'll look for a 15. I think we'll be just fine. Absolutely. Yeah, trust me, I remember that, you motherfucker. I didn't forget. I woke up in the morning and I had kind of forgot, and then I looked at my meter and there was like 18 fights with Procon in a row on my TPS meter. It was at that point that I remembered all the shit. Yeah, bro, I had a pretty good night that night. That was fun. That was damn fun, actually. I rather enjoyed it. Yeah, you'll have a good laugh at this story later too after we end the stream. Because again, I told the whole story on stream, so I'm not gonna do it again. But you'll get a good laugh out of the story as well. It was some interesting shit. Got put in a weird position. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I got an hour, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can find a fucking big one. All right. Yeah. I'm down for that. I'm down for that challenge. You're right. I'm down for that challenge. Good point. Hell yeah. Okay, but I'm going to do two things first because my one hitter scares me because it has puked on me twice recently and I don't like it. So I'm going to clean it because I think it's a smart idea. And I'm going to grab a beer and then I am going to IRL buff really quickly and then I am going to try and find me a really high key. And it'll be awesome. Because I believe that I'm fully capable of a high key. I have really actually no doubt in my ability. You know who really helped me solidify my tanking? Like, because I transferred, I shouldn't say transferred, I changed over from heals to tank, right? And I did it because we just continue to have problems with the tank, blah 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 blah. I'm fluff filling time right now because I don't want to just leave dead air while I'm streaming, so I'm gonna talk while I'm doing this. So anyway, so I changed the tank because it was just a spot we just couldn't solidify. We continue to have people leave, have to remove people, and we just couldn't quite solidify it. And when I first joined the World of Warcraft, I was a tank anyway. So, like, it's not like this is a new concept to me. I still think it's actually easier to run a raid from the tank spot than it is the heal spot. Anyways, so I did so, and the moral to the story that I'm trying to tell you right now, and the reason that I brought it up is because I did well tanking, but I never did as well as when I tanked with Ben. Ben really fucking helped me in a lot of small ways. The pace with which he would pull, the aggression with which he would pull, the way that he would heal himself, the command that he had of the whole process, which really surprised me because he had always been a DPS. But he really helped me blossom as a tank. Ben did. Ben gets a lot of credit for that. So that was my quick filler story, right? Because that's what I do. Let me get a backup beer here because it's not late enough that I have to stop drinking yet. Excuse me. Plus, I got a small couple little snacks over there for the evening if I need them. And tomorrow's Friday. And because I might have to work late, I might get to go in late. And I got a 12-pack of orange sodas in there, which is every white man's fucking cure to a hangover. It's a lot of ands, wasn't it? I got you, bro. I got you. I know. I understand, buddy. I understand. And with any luck, I'll be able to persevere and make it until you do that. And so me delaying a little bit and finding this key is not a bad thing, because I'd like to get some PvP in with you, bro. I really would. I know that it's our times are tough to mesh, but based on a little bit of luck and the way my schedule works and the way your schedule works, we have this little window. If your little one goes to bed just in time before I go to bed, we got this little window with which you and I can play a little bit, and I really enjoy that. I'm really happy that we were lucky enough to get that. No homo, right? No homo. maybe a tiny bit of homo. I'm kidding, but for real, it's lucky, and so I count myself as lucky, and we'll make it work a little bit if we can. I'm going to. I'm going to. Remember, a key only takes about 40 minutes, dude. If it takes more than 40 minutes, you sucked, and people are probably going to leave, and you're just going to fail the key anyway. So the key only takes about 40 minutes, and you said you need an hour and a half, right? So I'm trying to take the whole thing into perspective here, like a fucking wizard, right? You see what I'm saying? No, actually, the shirt says exactly that. It says literally like a fucking wizard, man. Tell me it doesn't right now. Come on, tell me it doesn't. Doctor Strange right here in front of you. Or, more accurately, if any of you are wrestling fans at all, Mick Foley, Dude Love. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, if you know who that is, if you know who Mick Foley is, and if you know who Dude Love is, you're fucking awesome. And if you don't, you should look it up because so Mick Foley played 3 main characters, right? He played Dude Love, he played Cactus Jack, and he played Mankind. That's his 3 huge characters in the wrestling world. Yeah, Mankind. Mankind was what Mick Foley was the most famous for. That was his biggest one. But before he played Mankind, he played. I'm not even sure which one he played first, but I know he played also Dude Love, which was, in my opinion, his shittiest character, but still funny as fuck because it's Mankind, aka it's fucking Mick Foley. But then Cactus Jack was actually pretty cool. I have a fucking Cactus Jack T-shirt. Where the fuck is that motherfucker at? I think I wore it. It's right here. I wore it just the other day. So hold on. I got this shit handy. Here it is right here. Cactus Jack. That shit right there is bomb. Now I'd like to throw out fucking shout out to Ed Cost and Brother Weeze Cost. Because it was this shirt came directly from Ed Cost. And I would have never met Ed without Weeze. God bless both their souls. Not religious, just it is what it is. Love them both. Those are two of my best brothers right there. But anyway, Cactus Jack, hell yeah. Although Mick Foley's a dick in real life, a couple times did my buddy Weeze meet him, and he was extremely rude and shitty to Weeze, and so it left like kind of a shitty impression on Weeze, except for the fact that Weeze couldn't stop loving him anyway because he's a Mick Foley. So it was kind of a love-hate kind of thing. I'm gonna probably mention Weeze a few times here on my streams and my different things for a little while. That's my buddy who's dying of cancer, and so you're gonna hear his name, and I'm gonna give you this promise right now. I'm not gonna talk about his name, about his illness, and I'm not gonna talk about his name, about him passing per se. What I'm going to continue to talk about is the various different things that he and I used to love to do, and that we did, and that he did, and that I remember him for. Those are the things I'm always going to mention him for. And you have my solemn vow, personally, that it might be. I actually ate all right today, so I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you, Pro. But and I know. Listen, man. If you saw him last week, I went and saw him last Saturday, and this is a man who's going downhill really, really terribly fast. Like, the lump on his neck that I used to have to feel to be able to feel is now a golf ball sticking off his neck with 2 more behind it. Right? Like, there's no more denying anything. It's omnipresent. He can't... Yeah. Again, I said I wouldn't do that, so I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so let's talk about some fun. Here's a story. I'm going to tell you a story. Again, Procon, I'm acutely aware how much time I have, how much time you said you needed. So, and I know exactly what time it is. It's almost 4:20, so I can't start anything before then anyway. So I'm going to tell you a story. Procon, you may have heard this, you may not have, and anybody who watches this, if you get the chances to hear this, it's a pretty funny story. So there's a given day, I'm at work, I'm working concrete. I at this time I'm not. I might actually have been the foreman. If I wasn't the foreman, I was without a doubt one of the people that was up in the echelon of this company at this point. But anyways, it doesn't really. In fact, I don't think I was the foreman that day. Anyways, bottom line goes like this. So it was a strip day, which means the concrete had already been poured. We were removing the forms from the wall, and during that day, it was a hot summer day, and it was myself, Wheeze, my buddy Coach, this big Puerto Rican dude, in the basement. And in the basement means we're inside the actual basement. Like everybody else kind of stays on the outside, and a few people go on the inside, strip it off real quick, because the inside is clean. So it's easier, right? But then you have to throw those forms over the wall, which that becomes the hard part. But anyways, that's beside the point. Anyway, so when we would have these job sites, we would always build a print table, and it would always be rickety and shitty, and it would just be thrown together from some boards here and there just to hold the print up out of the mud. Well, we had one, and so me and Weeze, we talked about we wanted to do something spectacular, right? Because we always he and I were all big into wrestling, right? We got together, we would do wrestling cards on fucking like Xbox and set up cards and smoke weed and drink fucking coffee and fucking do 3, 4, 5 hours of fucking wrestling cards. Well, so we decided we wanted to do something cool, right? So we wanted to do a power bomb through that fucking table, right? So we pulled every possible nail out of it so that it was barely standing, and the plywood that was on the top of the table was less than a 1/4 inch thick. It was this shitty ass shit that was being thrown away, and then we found that we could use for a thing. So it was super perfect. We knew it would break super easy. It would cushion the blow. And so we talked about it like during the day, and we're going to do it, right? And then so we went on lunch, and we hadn't done it yet. And so we're sitting in my truck, right? I have this F-150. It's got a cap on the back, and so it's myself in the front, Wheeze in the passenger, and then Coach in the back, and a couple other fucking dudes that we work with in the back. And I might even have just been the three of us. Either way, so this is the deal. So we start talking about it, and Coach starts telling us, Coach is the dude in the back, he starts telling, he's like, you guys are fucking pussies. He's like, you guys are talking a bunch of shit. He said, and you ain't gonna do shit. You're a bunch of fucking pussies. He said, you're not going to do this shit. That's stupid. Nobody would fucking do that. And so me and Weezy are just looking at each other like, come on, bed. And so we go out there after break, and we're baked. Like, we sat in there and fucking passed the bowl around laughing about this plan, right? And we're baked. And we go out there, and now we had talked about it. So the plan was for Weezy to stand, me to, bend down, put my head between his legs. He then grabs me around the waist and then gives a count, and then I jump, right? And then so then he lifts once I've jumped so that it, he doesn't have to lift my whole weight. And then you've seen a power bomb before, right? So it's under the waist, lift, and then basically crotch in face, hands on chest, and then push down. That's a fucking power bomb, right? That's it. And so that's our plan. And so we get back after break. Coach has called us a pussy. We stand in front of the table, right? We position. We talk about it. I'm like, yes. He's like, yes. I'm like, we're doing this. And so I bend down, put my head between his legs. He grabs around my waist. Before I can even think, he's already lifting me, right? Before I can even think, he's already lifting me. One of the biggest things he told me was to keep your head tucked. He said, keep your head tucked. Don't look for anything. Just keep your head tucked. And so he grabs me. I didn't jump. He lifts me. I start laughing because I'm thinking we're going to fall. There's no way he can lift me without me jumping. And so I'm laughing, and I'm looking for the ground. So my head's back. I'm looking for the ground. Next thing I know, I see the sky. So I realize, oh my God, he's done spun me. He's actually lifting me. So now I don't know what to do. I'm still laughing, right? And so I'm up in the air, and before I know anything, I'm coming back down, and my head touches the table, just briefly, the table is got no support, so it completely falls out of the way. And then I go straight onto the fucking gravel ground, which is the underlaying of what a basement will become eventually. Just flat 3/4 inch gravel. It was like poof, just flat on the gravel. And he landed me dead square perfect. And my head, because of hitting the table, tucked back just a little bit so it didn't hit the ground. It was my shoulders that hit the ground. And so I went, ugh. And everybody kind of looked around, and then we just busted up fucking laughing. Because no injury, no anything. Perfect power bomb. Table wasn't even involved. And yeah, he did that. I couldn't believe he lifted me. I didn't jump. At that point, I'm 220 pounds. And he fucking flat grabbed me, lifted me, and power bombed me with no assistance from me whatsoever. Dude was a powerhouse, man. Was a powerhouse. Just a little compact powerhouse. He's my height, and at that time he was probably, I'd say he was probably every bit 240 at that time. Every bit 240. I'd say it's about accurate. I was about 220. He's about 240. But it was fucking a hell of a power bomb. And a bunch of people seen it. And the coach never once called us a pussy again after that. Said, nope, you win. You win. You are not pussies. Me and Coach actually went on to be super good friends. Like, previous to that moment, Coach and I had actually thought that Coach loved Wheeze, but he didn't really care for me because I was right on my way to being a foreman at that point. It was like, that's why I was questioning where I was. And when I became foreman, all of a sudden, all the people that I was working with hated me for a little while, including Coach, never Wheeze. Of course, Wheeze always, Wheeze is Wheeze. Dude, Wheeze knows me. He knew. I have a tattoo. Hey, Pro, have you ever seen the fucking tattoo? I'm gonna fucking kick my leg up. I'm not flexible, so I'm gonna have to try and do this on the camera. Do you see that fucking cherry right there? There's a cherry on that there leg. That's as long as I can hold it up there. Anyways, that cherry was gotten by Wheeze's father when his father was in the military and serving. I don't remember exactly when. I'm not 100% sure. But his father served, and during that time he got that tattoo. He brought it back. 2 of 3 of his sons. Wheeze did not serve, but Ed and Steve both served. Both of them got that tattoo. Wheeze got that tattoo. And about 10 years ago, the brothers got together, the brothers Cost, the 3 of them, and decided that I was enough of their friend and enough a part of their family that I deserved to be in the Cost clan. And they brought the original stencil, and we went to a tattoo artist, and I got that stencil on my ankle where they have it all, where all of them have it. That's why I have that silly little tattoo. So that man meant and means more to me than most people I've ever met in my life. And again, I will talk about him again and again and again and again, because this person had a huge impact on my life. Huge. However, now I've killed enough time that I feel like it's time. Oh, I got 2 minutes to 4:20. I've almost killed enough time. See? Dude, everything in my life is calculated, Procon. Everything. Everything is calculated. Calculated risks. Calculated this, calculated that. You know, when I do my sleep stream, I wear that stupid cat suit, and I know it's a calculated risk. I got banned for it once already. But Procon, in just less than 3 days, 1.6 thousand views on that video, and 18 new subscribers on YouTube, 4 new subscribers on Twitch, and 120 views on Twitch for that video. That's nuts, dude. That's why I do it, Procon. What else it did is it brought attention to both videos on either side as well, because both of those videos all of a sudden are doing well, they're in the 30s in views. It's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, man, if there's an audience for it, it's easy for me. That's an easy video to do. All right, what am I gonna try to find a 20 of? Because I'm not gonna go for a 19. I'm gonna try to get into a 20, bro. I need to get a 20 done. Like that would set the gold standard if I could get a 20 done. Because fucking Garkovon is right on my ass again. That son of a bitch. The fuck? How is he so damn good right now? It's so fucking awesome to see. Alright, this is gonna be crazy, dude. I don't even know what I'm gonna do here. But I'm gonna give it a try. Excuse me. Alright, I've been AFK way too long just talking here. Dead screen. $20 missed. Bam. Signing up. Aw, delisted. Damn it, man, that was perfect. 19 Spires, 2 DPS, nah. Latin America, nah. $20 Gambit, DPS, eh. See that report real quick there? Here's another one. Here, fuck you, report. Don't ban me. I'm gonna report people too. Fuck it. I need need a bigger key, a bigger key, a bigger key. I wish I could have music, but instead y'all have to sing. "19 halls, note of your vent. Shitty IO, mains IO is really good. Best for dungeon is his +2 chest 17. Fuck it. Not vent, but signing up anyway. "19 would fucking at least put me on the board. Solid. It's oceanic, but "16 spires turns out that it would be a hell of an upgrade for me, and I didn't realize it. Well, I'll be dipped in buttermilk. I'm in. I'm in like Flynn, motherfucker. Eat my dust, Kark. I have not restocked the guild bank yet. I promised I would do that tonight. I told Tim I would, and I haven't done it. Oh, and there's so much shit missing. Hold on, let's see. It's a fair bit. It's not so bad. Oh my goodness, that tab is decimated. What even goes here? Oh my goodness. Oh, I think this was flasks. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Yeah, dude. So I didn't realize it. Like apparently my best I speak good. My best spires on fortified, or wait, on tyrannical, I'm sorry, which is where we're at right now. My best on tyrannical is a 13 in time. So if I was to in time a 16, it would then not only become my best tyrannical but my best overall. So that would likely give me probably more than 9 points. So it would probably put me over 2600 in rating. I'd be pretty pleased by that. I got some work to do on this guild bank though. But it's got 652k in it because people have donated like a motherfucker. I don't know what's going on right now. I think they got a healer. I'm not sure. Some whispers went back and forth that confused the living shit out of me. I have to just make sure I have enough buff stuff. I'm missing flasks, I think. They're trying to summon me. I can't click on the tab. I'm canceling the summon. No, I got some work to do in this guild bank, man. Like straight up work. But I'm making sure I'm buffed for this instance because it would be stupid not to, right? That doesn't maximize my work. Take 100. No, no, that's exactly what's gonna happen, Procon. I'm literally gonna top everything off, and I'm gonna take what I need to do so. That's exactly what it's for. That's exactly the point. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Because the guild bank was at 250k about a month ago, and then all of this stuff happened, and then we realized that me, Tim, and Ben were gonna have to kind of take care of this, and then all of a sudden the donations started pouring in from the people of the guild, and so the guild is rolling in dough right now, and so I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna take a fair bit of cash, and I'm gonna just fucking straight up stock it up. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's yeah, you're on to something. I feel like I'm seeing lag, and I don't know why. I'm gonna tell these people I'm streaming. I'm gonna drop a feast for these motherfuckers. I'm getting lag, 100%. This. I'm gonna relog, 100%. I'm getting some serious retarded lag. No shit. So the stream's lagging as well. Well, that's not good. No, I see it. I'm gonna try and do. I'm trying to roll with it anyway. All right, let me get that. Let me get the spear open. Knocked over my shit again. I think about as good as I'm gonna get. What's the plan? Big pull. Why not? I ain't even involved in that. I'm just going to do what they said. I think we can murk it.
We are vastly outnumbered mortals. The Forsworn have cut a swath through most of our forces. Vanquish their rear guard while I confront devils. Go in service.
One death, so I fucked up a little bit. I probably should have pulled it a little bit faster, actually. I think that's where I went wrong there. I should have pulled the whole thing a little bit faster. That's what I honestly think. I'll also watch this back again, because the dude went up there. I seen him run up there, and he was going up there to pull it for me. And so I came up there and followed him and tried to get it off of him immediately. Sunning the mender and marking the mender. Oh, that felt good. That was a good burp. Got some good deeps, man. This could go well. Look the fuck out. I can't. If I could get on the bird, it'd be great.
You were the paragon of loyalty, devils. And yet all this time it was you who led the Forsworn.
Your blind adherence to the
Okay, so
path
now I
is
gotta
what
watch
dooms
out
us
because
all.
somebody will have
You
pulled
left
by the time
me
I
no
land.
choice but to
They
oppose
didn't.
you.
I'm amazed.
Forsworn, see that the mortals do not interfere. You cannot hide.
just the paladin died, and I think he just went a little bit too hard at the start. I'm not exactly sure what killed him, but nothing should have.
Impact.
Okay, so this boss sucks. I'll do the best I can.
Defensive. Defensive. Defensive.
Fear the skies! Nowhere to run!
The healer did a great job because I fucking fucked all up. I shit all over the place.
Run!
That one wasn't my fault.
Defensive. Defensive. Defensive.
Nowhere to run! Suffer my wrath!
Defensive. Defensive. Defensive.
Fear the skies!
Run out.
Suffer my wrath!
Run away.
Nowhere to run!
Defensive. Defensive. Defensive.
Doom take flight!
Run out.
He's dead.
Nowhere to run!
Nice. I got the res.
Win!
Tell me that motherfucker left. Are you kidding me? Yep. There ain't even no point. He gone. And did we died. There was 4 deaths. Whatever. We easily could have fucking still won. So they're gonna kick him with a flower. That went AFK. That dude. I don't know. We went random AFK. And they're gonna try to find another, and we're gonna try to do the 15 instead of the 16. It's right down yonder, so it's easy for me to I can fly back down there. Zero Man. Instead of Starman, he should be called Zero Man. That's really damn funny. I gotta turn on the air. It's hotter than a fucking motherfucker in here. Come on, push the button. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna be like this tonight. It won't go on. Oh, wait. There it went. Phew. Oh, I got dizzy trying that. Are you supposed to get dizzy trying to turn your air on? I'm gonna go with no. My keyboard gets a workout every night, dude. Got a beef jerky. I need that shit. Motherfuckers filled the group already. Wait on the stream till you see what I need a sec for. So I got these zingers, right? Yep. That's what I need a sec for. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty good. They removed me yet? This time I'm pulling the whole fucking lot.
We are vastly outnumbered mortals. The Forsworn have cut a swath through most of our forces. Vanquish their rear guard while I confront devils. Go in service.
Improved.
You were the paragon of loyalty, devils. And yet all this time it was you who led the Forsworn.
Your blind adherence to the path would have doomed us all. You left me no choice but to oppose.
Big Paul.
Forsworn, see that the mortals do not interfere. You cannot hide.
Incoming.
None shall be spared.
Defensive. Defensive. Defensive.
Your doom takes flight. Nowhere to run. Suffer my wrath.
Defensive. Defensive. Defensive.
Your doom takes flight. Suffer my wrath. Suffer my wrath.
Defensive. Defensive. Defensive.
I'm gonna try to make it clear what I'm doing, but I didn't talk about this, so I mean that was fucking pretty smooth, no? In my humble opinion, that was pretty smooth. It's not how that's supposed to go. They're all supposed to gather in that corner.
Listen to reason, Devils. The Kyrian must stand united.
Not so long as you command them. The Forsworn will forge a new path for Bastion.
And this seems to be a pretty solid key, bro.
We have been told to purify ourselves, to let
It seems.
go of our memories, our identities, our loved ones, all in the name of service. But what do we say? An impotent arbiter, an oppressive law. Our sacrifices were made for nothing.
What's happening, dude?
Hey, what's up, bro? Welcome in, buddy.
How you doing these days, man? Battling?
I'm toughing it out right now. I'm right in the middle of a big pull, but it's actually going really, really well. We have no deaths at this point. We are past the first boss. We're strolling our way through some of the harder trash and doing a pretty fucking good job, if I don't say so myself. I know I'm gonna wait. I gotta wait. Like, these people hopefully are gonna understand what I'm doing here. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. It was a damn good idea, though. Put a couple heals on a couple people there. Oh, I got stunned. I stood and stunned. Oh, I gave away some of my super secret tanking code right there. I got myself CC'd by hitting enter on accident and typing. That's when I give away some of my super secret tanking code. That particular time it was 737 AWDW. Nobody died yet. Even though we got way more than I was expecting.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
By God, I got the first bird that time. I ain't even gonna hesitate. I'm just gonna fucking pull. Fuck it. This is fucking stupid, man. Like this week is kind of almost fucking. Just throw your face at it and fucking win. I mean, it really is.
This is where you meet your end.
I'm gonna do the same thing I always do.
You cannot match my Your sight is your downfall.
I'm gonna stack the second one almost right on top of it.
You cannot match my alacrity. Your sight
Shockwave.
is your downfall.
Watch your
From
step.
the shadows, I witness your demise. My celerity is second to none. Your sight
Shockwave.
is your downfall.
So I'm gonna try to stack it right on top of the other one.
My celerity is second to none.
Gone. I'm on the other side.
Shockwave.
That's what you call stacking them directly on top of each other, dude.
Watch your
The
step.
shadows, I witness your demise. My celerity is second to none. Witness
Shockwave.
radiance.
I fucked up the start of that boss. I did. So we got kind of lucky. But I won't fuck it up again.
Celerity is second to none.
Boogieing. Oh, I went the wrong fucking way. I hate my life. I'm out of beer. I'm getting a beer. I'm getting a beer.
Because we
Woo
must.
woo!
Mortal virgins would only impede our
Woo,
sacred
woo.
duty.
No, it was a mortal who exposed the folly of your edicts.
Only a ninja named Year Beer can do that fast. Get a good drink and be back before the fucking shit even lands. Oh, they got the woe skip too. They're fucking on the shit. Where's Bron? Where's Bron? No Bron, no Bron, no Bron, no Bron. Good, no Bron. And I go outside because it feels safer. And I am going all the way. All the way, 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 all the way. And if these people are smart, they'll do the same fucking thing. And they did. I fucking love this group. Oh my god, dude, this never happens. Like, that was literally perfect.
New boss. New boss. New boss.
That was absolute bullshit.
You have failed the Kyrian, as they have failed us all.
Yeah, this got shit right there. That's probably the end of it right there. Because now we're gonna fuck up going back.
I'm lucky. Be right back.
That was just straight unlucky. Peace offering. Gave him a feast. We can still key it. We won't be able to two-chest it, but we would have two-chested it, I think, if we hadn't wiped right there.
Your defiance must be punished.
Mythos.
I got it real lucky here. I moved him real far. Like, he's got to do his thing here, or we're in trouble. Oh, he's doing it. Oh, he's doing it. They had no idea I was about to do that. I fucking bubbled. I bubbled and took it all. I bet these motherfuckers like that tank is brilliant right now.
Mythos.
But if we have to do it again, though, I'm in real trouble because I won't be able to do that twice. That was a one-trick pony right there.
You must be annihilated.
If he does this shit again right here, we're dead.
All Mythos will be destroyed.
I got 2 minutes before I can save us like that again. I never picked up a single spear in this whole dungeon. Can you believe that shit?
I
Not one.
am still far.
You read it?
Did you say me neither?
No, I said, do you need it?
Not necessarily, but it'd be great if somebody had one.
But you refuse to see the truth. That the path is flawed. That we serve a lie.
So we can still key this,
I listened to
but
the
this
tale
boss
of
has to go well.
I learned of the
Which means I have to
great
hit the
injustice
spear.
You and the others thrust upon him, and upon us all. He seeks to free us from the prison we have built for ourselves. And for that, he has earned my hate.
And I mourn your betrayal.
Bro, can't wait till you hear this story, man. Once I go off stream, you'll shoot your pants at how fucked up this shit was tonight. I had one of the weirdest work days I've ever had in my entire life today. Like, I'm willing to bet you won't have heard this story before from anyone.
I'll be back.
Yep.
Accept your defeat, Archon. I serve a far greater power now. The aid of the Forsworn is I will take control of the spires and forge new paragons to lead the Kyrian.
Jailer has twisted your mind.
I will strike you down!
You must be stopped. No matter the cost.
Find shelter.
This spear shall pierce your heart!
Find shelter.
I will strike you down!
Phase change.
Archon spear is
Okay, here we go.
mine to wield. Be gone!
No, okay, here we go. 1. None of the circles is basically on my side.
The spear! Use it to bring her down!
Coming down.
Phase change.
I will strike you down!
Find shelter.
I will strike you down!
Find shelter.
Spear shall pierce your heart!
Spread. Find shelter.
Spear shall pierce your heart!
Phase change.
Archon spear is mine to wield! Perish among the clouds!
There's none on this side.
To bring her down!
Phase change.
Both times it spun me completely 180 to it. It had me pointing back at the door. I don't know why the fuck it does that. It's super annoying. Luckily, both times I was able to spin and see as she finished moving. I may have forgot to find shelter, so she may be on somebody else right now. Because I bubbled.
I will strike you down.
Don't tell nobody, because I'll be able to taunt it back now and nobody will even never notice.
Find shelter.
I'll find shelter this time, though. But I didn't die because I fucking... that survivability thing came up.
Must be abandoned.
5 points for me, actually.
The jailer's schemes have torn a schism in
Not
the ranks
quite
of the Kyrian,
as much as I
one
wanted.
that must be healed. Long have we believed that our mortal lives are burdens to be shed in the name of service. And yet, the deeds of mortals are what won the day. You have my gratitude. Once the jailer lies defeated,
Yeah, that was a
there may
solid
be
key,
much
though.
for the Kyrian to discuss.
Ooh, I just got me a badass healing trinket. Sweet. Sweet. It's the same healing trinket I have, except upgradable and already 20 item levels higher. So fuck yeah. Badass. Win-win. Win-win. Ah, huge win. Dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Procon, you down for some PvP? Because I am ready. I got about an hour. That was several successful keys again. That trinket is bomb. Like, absolute bomb. I'm super stoked about that. Switching to heal spec so I can change it out immediately. Phenomenal. Super lucky. That's a really good trinket. And super lucky to get it at an upgradable level. That's bomb. Dude, that was some really good dungeons. Was that a yep, you're down for some PvP? Oh no, yeah, I use AFK. Oh, that was so good. Ah, I got ahead of Fro by 2 points. Hell yeah. This has been a good night. This has been a good stream, good night. I got no complaints. I gotta pee like a Russian racehorse. Hopefully we can finish this off with some PvP. That would be super dope bomb. Can't believe my night, I tell you. Sometimes you can just never stop peeing. Yo, yo. You still there, bro? So I think what I'm going to do here, I think the smart thing to do, just based on the fact that Pro's not necessarily there, and I'm not doing anything on stream, is to go ahead and end the stream here, at least for the night. And then if I get a chance, if because I'm not going to go away just yet, but I'd like to jump into a channel, play a couple songs on our Discord for the evening, and kind of end out the evening on a about a half hour to an hour worth of that. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Give me just 1 second here, because I can't just be that smart. That'd be way too smart, right? Okay, so anyways, thanks to anyone who watches. Thanks to anyone who has watched. Thanks to anyone who is watching. Remember, the best way that you can support me is by hitting a follow. I would love to make it to 50 subscribers. That way I could have this shit be live, as opposed to you having to watch it 25 seconds behind. So while I'm talking to somebody on Discord, it sounds awkward. I don't like that. So like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed the content, come back and watch again. Have a great night. Gear and beer. Peace on out.